Well, hello and welcome back. Long time no see. It is time once again, though, to try to fix something. And today on the workbench, I'm taking a look at another PS5. I believe this one is supposed to be totally dead. And I think that's true. I want to show you something I've noticed on some of these. I have a feeling the power supply is good on this. Let me show you why. I've got this plugged into my variable AC transformer here. And these PS5 power supplies, when they start up, have a pretty good surge current to them. So if that supply is working, you should see that surge. It actually loads down the meter. You'll see the voltage drop from 120 down. And let's turn this on to see what happens. See that? That dip down to 100 and back up. That's that power supply starting up. So do we have any indications of power? No eject. Nothing on the power button. So even though I suspect our power supply is working, I think we have a problem on the main board, or something has died in there. I think that's what we'll find. So let's get some covers off. Side plate off, and if you're interested, yes, I would say it has been opened before. So yeah, a little bit of dust, but doesn't look too nasty. So we'll get on into it, see what we find. All right, I've got that cover off, and it's a pretty good sign that somebody's been way into this thing. Look at the missing screws. Missing screws everywhere. So yeah, somebody's been deep into this. This could be a mess. Well, shouldn't take too long to get on into it. They've done all the work for us, or most of it, and thrown away a lot of screws apparently. Okay. Just a few more screws away, and we are in. And I don't know if I mentioned it earlier. This is an EDM10, so this is the first version of the PS5 FAT. I don't see any signs of previous work, not yet anyway. Nothing on this side of the board. I think I will just go ahead and take this board out. Let's get it out on the workbench and see what kind of current draw it has when we apply 12 volts to it. That should tell us something. Well, I have the main PCB out on the workbench here. I have my power supply leads connected. Double check the polarity. Positive. So let's apply 12 volts to it. See how much current draw we get. What was that? 260 milliamps right off the top. Kind of scared me there for a second. Yeah, that doesn't look right. Oh, and we're going to 11.6. What's happening there? I'm confused. I have a half amp of current. Oh, well, no, we're not drawing a half an amp. It acts like current limiting is kicking in. Let me disconnect my lead here a second. Very strange. Very strange behavior. So most likely we have a short somewhere. Not a dead short, I guess, but well, it could be a short on one of these supplies here. A dead south bridge. I mean, they like to die regularly. So let me get the overhead camera set up, and we'll look around and see if we can find something. All right, let's take a little look around this board. Still not seeing any signs of previous work, so I don't think they went too far into this. See if we can find a meter. How about just good old continuity mode? And let's look around. Let's just check, make sure everything is in the picture here. Do we have a 5 volt short? Okay, that was quick. Wasn't expecting that. Very much so a 5 volt short. This is going to be the usual suspects would be like these capacitors on the USB ports right here, which will read shorted. This is the switches the power, and monitors the current on these USBs on the, well, this is the back USB ports. Sorry, the rear USB ports, the USB A's on the back. That's the power switches for them. But the 5 volt goes to a lot of places, because you'll see a short over here on the other side of this fuse. It just goes everywhere. So we could have a shorted capacitor around here, shorted capacitor here. Trying to think what else gets 5 volts. Well, there's a little DC-DC converter there. I think it's 5 volts. The Wi-Fi module does not get 5 volts directly, so it wouldn't be that. It's always possible it could be, you know, something on the 5 volt rail over here. But I'm not really seeing anything unless there's something on the other side. You've got a switching, you know, controller here. And this is the output filtering, this coil would be. So, probably time to break out the thermal camera. I mean, we could hunt around all day. Let's just break out the thermal camera. Let me get that set up. Just a moment. All right, well, I think I'm set up. I've soldered a piece of braid or solder wick right here to this coil where the 5 volts is generated. And I have my power supply set, the second channel set for 5 volts at 2 amps. So that should give us enough power dissipation to find something. Got my infrared camera ready to go. Let's see how much current we draw. 2 amps. Okay, let's see if we can find that. Let's see. If I can get this camera to start recording. I see reflections. Let's see. Here's the area around the dialog IC. Cold. Oh, what's that? I see a slight spot right there. That is right beside one of the USB port switches. It's only 362 milliwatts from the power supply. It's a very dead short, 0.181 volts. All right, if that's it, I should be able to turn off this supply and that fade away. Yep, let me make sure which one it is here. It is this one right here. The left one, as I have the board sitting. Okay, I think that's going to be it. All right, I think this is it. Looking under the microscope, I think this is the one. Let's give it some alcohol. Let me get ready. Some alcohol on a swab. Let's just see, is it that? Oh, I see a crack in the side of the thing now. It doesn't just jump out at you though, because it's so shorted. But I'm looking at it now under the microscope. Let's zoom on in. Yeah. See that crack in the side of it there? If I can get this to stay in focus. Right in there. Right in the side of it. Okay. I think I actually bought some new ones of these. I think. Let me check my stocks and see if I've got a replacement. I've got donors, but if I have new, I'll use it. All right. Well, I searched and could not find any of those capacitors on hand. I According to my notes, those, well, it's that one that's bad right here in the middle. Those are 22 microfarad 0603 size capacitors. So I did have to pull one off a donor. Right there, it's ready to go. So let's see if we can get this changed out, shall we? And I really thought that I had ordered some of those. I'm going to add some leaded solder to this to make it a little easier to remove. Like so. And I will probably go back and go through my Mauser orders, because I really thought that I had ordered some of those. 22 microfarad 0603, probably 10 volts. You could probably get by with 6.3, but if I could get a 10, I'd probably do that. A little extra headroom. Never hurt anybody. This is 400 degrees Celsius maximum airflow. It still takes a few seconds to get off, because these boards just take a lot of heat. There we go, finally. Find my donor. Hopefully don't let it blow away. Okay, I'm nudging, I'm burning my fingers. It's getting rather hot here. That might work. And while I'm here, I need to go ahead and remove a piece of solder braid that I had attached to inject. Okay. So we should not, in theory, have a short anymore. On our 5-volt rail. And we charge up some capacitors, and we are on overload. So we're good. I see a little flux I missed here. Get rid of that. All right. Let's see what our current draw looks like now. All right, so my bench supply is reconnected. 12 volts. Polarity looks correct. Let's just see how much current draw we get now. 297, 298, come back down. That looks beautiful. Beautiful. I believe this board will now work. So let me get it slipped back into the chassis and we'll find out. Well, let's do just a quick test to make sure it does turn on. I'm rather sure it will. There we go. And hopefully we get a picture. I did take a quick look at the HDMI port. It looked good. It's the original port. Yeah, there we go. We got video. Now I just got to hunt down a few screws. We're missing a lot of screws. I should have a bag of them somewhere. So let me hunt down some screws and we will put this thing back together, made a little cleanup, and we'll do a final test out. How's that sound? All right, well, this PS5 has been fully reassembled, cleaned up a good bit. I did replace a lot of missing screws, straightened up the liquid metal, the usual suspects, and I've got it installing a game off a Blu-ray disc. The Blu-ray drive seems to be working fine. So, doesn't seem to be banned. That's always a plus. So, yeah, it's a win overall. Well, I hope you liked that one. Thought it was somewhat interesting, educational, entertaining. Any of the above. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you in that very next repair. So long for now.